Hi everyone. Today we're going to have a look at a few ideas for that first page of our travel sketchbook. It's probably the scariest page of all. You have a new sketchbook, you're ready to go on holiday, you're not quite sure to put on the front page, and you're also scared of making a mess of it. That's why I like to take my time preparing what I'm going to put on the cover page, but also to make it quite simple. Something that says the country that I'm visiting, as well as a little bit of information about that country. Here are some ideas that I played around with whilst deciding on the composition for the cover page that I'm going to paint today. This first example is a basic flag of the country, a little bit stylized and not just a straight rectangle. The second example is a combination of a flag as well as a map of the country. I found the flag in map to be a little busy for this particular example, so I've settled on a straightforward map in which I'm going to just paint in the country as well as the surrounding water areas. Right, let's have a look at the equipment for today. Any eraser, a spray bottle to moisten the paints, a pencil, touch pencil, a soft 4B or 6B pencil for tracing, a suitable sized paintbrush for the size of the sketchbook that you've chosen. These are Escoda travel brushes, which I really like because they untwist and close in on themselves and protect the brush tips whilst in travel. This is a brush pen that we will use for the lettering at the bottom of the page. Here we've got Micron fine liner pens in size 0.3 and 0.5. Just make sure that the pens that you use are waterproof so that the watercolor paint doesn't cause the ink to run. A ruler, two fold back clips to hold open the pages of a sketchbook, a water tank, tissue paper for blotting, and our watercolor paints. Today, the four colors I'm going to use are Daniel Smith sap green, undersea green, cobalt blue, and ultramarine, and a ceramic watercolor palette for mixing. If you are using the sketching template supplied and you wanting to transfer the image into your sketchbook, then you'll need some tracing paper, and this I've cut into A5 size to match the size of my sketchbook. The sketchbook I'm going to crack open today is this gorgeous Moleskine A5 sketchbook. If you're going to select a book from the Moleskine range and you intend doing watercolor in it, make sure that you select one of the books from the art collection range. These pages are thicker and can handle watercolor paint much better than a normal book will do. The weight of the paper is 165 grams, and that's more than enough for a travel sketchbook in watercolor. Okay, let's open this up and have a look inside. I strongly suggest filling in all your personal details on the inside cover of your sketchbook. The last thing you want is to lose your sketchbook on a train or in the airport, never to be found again. I've even seen some people write a written offer of a reward on the inside cover of a book to encourage anybody who might find it to return it to its owner. And here's the first page that we're going to work on today. Here is the traceable reference image that I've provided. I'm going to use tracing paper to transfer the image and use press stick or super tack to hold the tracing paper and stop it from slipping. Now I will use my clutch pencil to trace the outline of the image. When that is done, remove the tracing paper, turn it over, and put it onto a scrap piece of paper. Use the 4B or 6B pencil and go over the lines that you have traced. Grab your sketchbook, turn the image right side up again, position the tracing paper on your sketchbook where you want the image, and stick it down again. Use your clutch pencil and transfer the image into your sketchbook. Do a quick check that you haven't left anything out before removing the tracing paper. Now I will use the 0.3 micron pen to outline the map. I use the 0.3 micron pen for everything, except for the letters for Thailand. For that, I use a 0.5. And I use the brush pen for writing Thailand at the bottom of the page. Right, onto the painting stage. First, I spritz the paint with a bit of water in order to activate them. And then I make a very watery solution of sap green and then a medium consistency mix of undersea green. So using my size 4 brush, I start with the layer of sap green. I know that the pages of the Moleskine journals dry rather quickly, and I want to be able to drop in some undersea green into this mix whilst it's still wet. So I keep the sap green very wet as I place it onto the page. Whilst the sap green is still moderately wet, I drop in the undersea green here and there, just so that everything is not all one color and to get a bit of contrast here and there. Using my size 4 brush, I make a medium consistency mix of cobalt blue and then paint in the water areas on the edge of the land. I want to fade this blue outwards, so I take the size 6 brush, make a much weaker consistency mix of the cobalt blue, and start spreading the blue outwards. Then I go back to the size 4 brush and make a medium to thick consistency mix of the ultramarine and use that to create a greater contrast at the land-sea border. And there we go. The dreaded cover page is done. If you found this video useful, please click the like button below and hit the bell icon to subscribe. You will get notifications when new videos are shared. And do let me know in the comments section what you enjoyed and what you would like to see more of. Until then, bye for now.